Hello everyone, my name is Paul Schreiber. Unfortunately, I couldn't make the GSSO meeting because I do have class from 5:30 to 8:20, so it falls right in between the 6 to 8 time period. But I am running for VP of Operations, and I wanted to make my presentation just to replace my absence. But I know we have a lot of presentations coming up, so without further ado, I just want to get started, and this is my presentation. So a little bit about myself. Who am I? My name, like I said, is Paul Schreiber. I come from Katy, Texas. I'm originally from Illinois. I like to run, I like to swim, I do Ironmans, I like to play disc golf as well. But professionally, I'm a driven, dedicated, hardworking individual who you can count on. My major is finance. I have a 3.91 GPA. Moving on to my past jobs, I was a team leader at Jamba Juice as well as Shake Smart, a smoothie company across the road, and I was a resident assistant and a teaching assistant both last year during my sophomore year. Some future jobs that I'm going to be holding is I'm going to be the office assistant in the office of the dean, working for Ms. Stanford, and I have a Charles Schwab internship lined up for next summer in 2023. Moving on to why am I going to be a good candidate? First off, my past experiences. So my past jobs have really helped me gain the experience that I need to fill the VP of Operations role. So as VP of Operations, you're going to be the second in command. I'm going to be directly assisting the president, whoever gets elected tonight, but I'm really going to be reporting information as well as communicating with the people underneath. So in my Jamba Juice and Shake Smart team lead positions, I was helping the employees underneath create their schedules, watch the cash flow and all that stuff, but I was also reporting up to the higher ups on what do we need to fix around the store and how can I make improvements in the store. Going on, I used to be in clinicals in the nursing program before I switched over to finance. So when I got the Clinical Excellency Award in spring of 2022, I didn't get that just because of my high academic achievement. I got it because I was a good assistant to the nurses who I was working with, as well as the nursing preceptor who was over my department. Going on to my Goolsby involvement, I want to start with the first bullet point. Throughout this entire semester, I have conducted 2 successful socials for cohort 19. We did it at both Texas Roadhouse and Top Golf, and it was a good turnout. We had 10 to 15 members at both of them, so it was a really successful, really fun event for both of us, or for the entire cohort 19. And the second bullet point, always in the office. On Tuesday, Thursdays, I'm always in the office in between classes, and now that I have an office job here in the College of Business, I'm going to be in the office probably Monday through Friday. So if you ever need me, I'm a good point of contact. You can always come in person in my teams, and if you ask for my phone number, I can give it to you. But I'm always a good point of contact, and I'll always respond when you need me. Another thing I want to talk about is I did go on a leadership retreat in early October representing GLA, and I went with 4 other GLA members. Lastly, I did touch on this before, but I really want to dig in the administration job. So I got this job just for experience, but it is going to help me with my GSSO position if I get elected. You know, I have the connections with the administrators. I'm in contact with Ms. Stanford, Dean Dombrowski, obviously Mr. Hubbard, and Ms. Nielsen. But I can advocate on behalf of GSSO if we need something because I'm directly working in the office. Moving on to what am I going to do in the office? So what I really want to do in the office is foster what we are trying to do as an organization in GSSO. So from my experience, when I was inducted in GLA, I really didn't know the meaning of GSSO after the orientation presentation. And I know I was talking to a lot of the BNSF Early Leader Program members 2 nights ago when we had our dinner that they put on. Great event, by the way. I was talking to a lot of them, and I was like, hey, do you know the meaning or why GSSO is even a thing? And most of them were like, no, I just go because I'm told to, or no, it could be a good opportunity to develop my skills. But really what we're trying to do in GSSO is connect all 3 cohorts, cohort 18, 19, and BNSF Early Leader programs, because this is the network that we're going to build as we go into the future as business professionals. You know, we were hand selected as the cream of the crop here in the College of Business. This is basically the honors college of Business, and what we really need to do is foster these relationships that we have at the tips of our fingers. You know, as of right now, we're having 3 meetings a month. We're only having formal meetings. And you know, when we're dressed up in our suits and ties, you know, we're not really in the mode of socializing and getting to know other people. We're really trying to be professional. It's a little bit hard to crack us out of our shell. So what I really want to do is focus on social events and networking events instead of just coming in and sitting down and learning something. You know, I do value the formal events that we have where we come in and have a guest speaker, but maybe instead of having a guest speaker teach us about resumes or interviewing, because we all know about that, we can actually do something that might be beneficial to our future jobs. And then later that month, we can have a social so that we all get connected, and it's a social that everyone is actually interested in going, and we all get connected and we all learn more about each other. And like I said in the past, I do have experience in running those socials. I did that with cohort 19 twice this semester. And then going on through these, coordinate with the VP of programs for events. Like I said, I'm really good in doing that. And I'd advocate for new meeting times. You know, this meeting time obviously isn't working for me because I can't make it. And unfortunately, a lot of the past meetings, I haven't been able to make it either because of my class schedule. So we're gonna try and make meetings and more meetings that everyone can attend. And if you can't attend, it's okay. We're gonna try and offer a little bit more meeting times so that maybe you could attend a meeting later in the month. These are just stuff in the bylaws. Assistant planning exec meetings. I'm gonna coordinate and facilitate the exec meetings along with the president. And then down at the bottom, cohort 19 project. You know, GSSO is really gonna be involved in the cohort 19 project. I plan on helping out with Coba Cafe and the 5K that we plan on doing. But I really want to end off on this, do my best to connect with everyone involved. Going back to that topic of networking, you know, this is the place to network with individuals who are going to go out in the real world and be successful business professionals. This is the place to meet the people who we take on to our future and utilize each other to have the expertise to do what we need to do in our future jobs. So I want to get to know you guys. I want you guys to feel comfortable with everyone in this room, because ultimately we are our fail-safe for when we go out in the professional world, if we need advice, if we need mentoring, if we need just someone to give us an extra hand. So thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you elect me for VP of Operations, and I hope you guys have a great meeting. Thanks.